It's hard to see this John Cena heel turn and think that it's generational. Dating back to the moment at Elimination Chamber, there was the highest of high hopes for a John Cena heel turn, a run that could possibly match Hollywood Hogan's in 1996. And that comes down to similarities. Both men were in the later parts of their career and were in a position where it wouldn't hurt to experiment. The timeline was on fire the night of Cena's heel turn because we couldn't count on one hand the most shocking and stunning moments in recent memory. This was a major event that wouldn't be matched, and there was a lot of optimism because John Cena is simply one of the most charismatic wrestlers of all time. He had grown into being such a seasoned veteran on the mic in his later career that it was practically a death sentence to face him with a microphone in hand. He embarrassed The Rock, Roman Reigns, Austin Theory, and AJ Styles. In one way or another, he would get one over you in a huge way during a promo battle. And this was all as a face. So open the doors for a darker version of Cena who shows no mercy in the ring and on the microphone. The potential for a heel turn was out of this world. Fans had been booking it for years on end with a glimmer of hope that it would come true because many people that disliked Cena didn't hate him as a talent, but just how repetitive some aspects of his character and stories were. Cena's return to Raw was very hype in March, and I remember there was a lot of excitement to see him show up, and for some, it faded that night because there was this commitment from Cena to remain mostly the same. Now this is a big issue I have with this storyline. It's a very big one. WWE disguised this in a clever way by having Cena say he was well aware of what the fans wanted and changing his look and style would satisfy them. This would be fine and all if it wasn't for the fact that he was promoting a new shirt in every city every week. It makes a heel run a bit silly because he's wearing these colorful shirts, still looking like a fruity pebble, all for sales. And the best part is, you guys see when John Cena makes his entrance, right? The entrance is all black with the most generic font behind him with his name. It doesn't match the aesthetic at all. That's what prevented him from turning in 2012, and to me, I believe it's preventing this run from reaching its full potential. But my main issue as it relates to this heel turn isn't some t-shirt or attire, because I would love to see Cena wear black shorts and start sporting jeans and a casual look during his segments, but all of that doesn't matter if the material isn't good. With regards to his material, he has this bitterness from how the fans treated him. It makes sense for him to vilify and despise the crowd, but every week, it's the same thing. Him angry and staring at the crowd with an emotionless look. Every week, this is the best that WWE has to offer for the proclaimed greatest of all time. The promos are repetitive and generic. John Cena's heel turn should be this grand story where he sells his soul out of desperation and becomes a super vicious individual. He's a regular heel without the cool element or the violent element. And also, you guys notice I didn't mention The Rock? For as much as we could complain about how he got WWE to change their plans, it's still on them to fashion something out of this heel turn for John Cena. They know Rock better than us. They probably know his schedule. So it's like they don't have any backup plans because Rock could be there in the beginning and it makes sense for him to show up later on. But this is still John Cena. It's not freaking Zack Ryder. You could do something with him. And a part of my issue behind it is that because Cena is retiring this year, his heel turn has an expiration date on it, and with each passing day, we get closer and closer to him turning face. Because of that, they're scared to have him fully commit to the role. I genuinely believe John Cena could have been a real demon with the WWE Championship, even with a limited in-ring style. I wish it was a Cena versus the world type thing where he was determined to ruin WWE, not just by threatening to leave with a title, but making an enemy out of everyone on the roster. That hesitancy to fully go all in with it is what hurts the heel run for me. I've seen people say Cena himself looks like he doesn't believe in it, but look at the material. It's not exactly something that's going to have a strong identity behind. And just to add to that material thing, I watched the John Cena promo the other day for a Randy Orton video, right? There's a lot of conviction in his promo, and it felt like Cena legitimately believed in what he said. Here, as a heel, none of the stuff he says, it feels like he believes in it. And that's a big issue. It's not exactly something that's going to have a strong identity behind it. Now I'm going to ask you guys for a moment. Let me see how many of you guys get it. Some of you might get it. An egomaniac who thinks of himself like he's the center of the universe, the main character. They're often cartoony, wear nice clothes, and have a charisma that is matched by a single-digit amount of people in the history of wrestling. You most likely know who I'm describing, The Rock. The point is, John Cena's heel character isn't fleshed out or distinctive enough to be memorable. Biker Undertaker as a heel is memorable. It's identifiable. The Rock as a heel is historic. Hogan, Orton, all these men could be spoken about in a sentence without even saying their names. You'll know who I'm talking about. With John Cena, I have to say something along the lines of, this guy wants to ruin wrestling for you to get it. And that's the issue. WWE isn't trying to make Cena a memorable heel. This is all to buy time until it's time to turn him back. Now, on the other side, I'm just saying, if you're turning him back later, make a good story out of it right now. Despite this video, there's a small glimmer of hope that this heel run gets turned upside down. I've seen glimpses of Cena being emotional over crowd reactions, and that could be used to play a part in the storyline, especially if Rock is around, although it's delusional. Like, delusional is crazy to add him into plans. That guy got his momentum back in Hollywood and ran out of the wrestling world like it was full of poison. My least favorite aspect of this heel run is also the fact that people are saying Cena is intentionally doing bad in his matches and doing bad in general as a part of a story. That doesn't sound too good. Masking shortcomings as if it's a part of a story, that's horrible. Oh, WWE are planning on booking a bad match. We know it's bad, but what does that accomplish? Because if I don't like the match, if I don't like something, I don't have to watch it. If it's not good, we're not watching it. Oh, that's intentionally bad. It accomplishes nothing. Also, if you watch the promos, Cena didn't say he's gonna intentionally do bad. He said he didn't have to wrestle well to win the title, of course, but one of the most important things he said was he was ruining wrestling, not by having horrible matches and having Travis Scott interfere in his matches, but he's gonna ruin wrestling by taking the 6-year legacy of the WWE Championship away with him by retiring with it. That makes more sense than whatever is this intentionally bad story others have been saying, because that's not the whole point. A lot of people just try to make excuses for saying, oh, it's intentionally bad. He said he doesn't have to wrestle great to win his match. He didn't say he's gonna wrestle bad on purpose. We shouldn't be trying to mask certain aspects of a story as big as this one. Saying it's supposed to be bad doesn't automatically make it good. I think this all goes back to the merchandise. There needed to be a full commitment. The heel character feels like he could see that wrestling is scripted, but at the same time, he's wrestling in this world. That's the problem with his heel turn. So he has to prove that he's being a heel by not wearing different merch or changing his character entirely. It's weird, but because Cena can't fully be this true villain because of merchandise, the run struggles. Unlike many on the internet, I'm of the belief that this John Cena character, even with the limited time and being older, would have worked if they went a different route with it. I believe he's too talented to not have some sort of heel character that would be a defining part of his career, even this late. I also believe that they could turn it around with ease if they really wanted to. How? They probably know stuff better. Again, we're not the bookers here. I'm not the booker. I just watch the damn shows. But a simple solution is Cena could be way more aggressive. He could keep the desperate elements with a low blow and belt, but just be more smarmy and show more emotion, because he's very generic, he's very mad, he's very boring at times, which is unfortunate because he still has a promo ability. We seen it as evident a couple of weeks ago with that promo before Backlash. And he could just change his clothes to black. If they're obsessed with the cities, the marketing, they could do a copy and paste thing. But again, these are hypotheticals. WWE obviously knows more than us, but we, the majority, can clearly see that if this was the heel turn, then Cena was better off taking his role as a face and rolling on to WrestleMania as a fighting-aged, dominant wrestler turned underdog. They didn't have plans with this. They did it because The Rock wanted to turn Cody Rhodes heel, rumor has it, and we have to deal with this now.
The heel run's just whatever. He's teaming up with Logan Paul for Money in the Bank, and it's just like, this is a very pivotal time for John Cena's career. But this is probably what he wants. We want something grandiose and huge for this retirement tour, but it seems like he probably doesn't want it enough, or he thinks this is the right choice, but it is what it is. There's a possibility that they waste 3 months on Logan Paul and Travis Scott for John Cena's retirement tour, and he won't have a single problem with it. At this point, I'm just looking forward to him losing the title.
The future is uncertain as it relates to this heel turn, but we can only hope for the best. We still got CM Punk, who is surely going to dig deep to give this character even more explanation and logic beyond the same stuff Cena says on a weekly basis, and Cody Rhodes, who surely will play a strong key role in getting Cena to see the light again. We can hope for the best. I really hope this heel run does end up being a positive, because John Cena turning heel is a big thing and you don't want to blow it. But I just don't want it to be one of those videos that a lot of YouTube channels will make in a couple of years talking about how it was a failure and all that. We don't want that. We just hope for the best. So yeah. Alright, what you guys think of John Cena's heel turn? Please comment down below. And that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the STF on the like button and perhaps the AA on the subscribe button. Peace. I'm out.